guys, so it's me, it's Tom. Finally here making this tutorial for you guys. I'm so sorry it's taking so long. Thank you guys so much for being patient, and I hope that I can explain this in a way that makes sense to everybody. I should say right off the bat that the way that I play the song and the way that I understand it has changed over the last few months. So it might be a little bit different than what I first played. I also have made some corrections. But anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and get started, and here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the intro. Alright, so there's going to be intro A and intro B. Both intros are going to be using A flat minor, E flat minor, and B flat minor. And I'll walk you guys through that. So here, I've got a little yellow sticker on my middle C, and then a little red one on C below middle C, and that's just for reference so you guys know where my hands are. Okay, so hand position for intro A is going to be thumb on A flat, second finger on this key here. It's a B key, but we're going to call it C flat. You want your third finger on D flat, your fourth finger on E flat, and your pinky finger on G flat. And think of this as assigned seating, like you would have at school, right? You want to keep your fingers on the keys that they're assigned to. Okay, so right off the bat, here's what we got. First, we start off with D flat, and then from the D flat, we're going to go to A flat and E flat together. And then C flat and A flat. So, okay, after you do that, then we're going to go to G flat, C flat, A flat. So all together it'll be like this. And then repeat it. And that's part one of intro A. Okay, so now we're going to go to part two of intro A. So part two is going to be like this. Our new hand position. We're going to keep our pinky here on the G flat, but then our thumb is going to go over to B flat. Our second finger will go to D flat. Third finger goes to E flat. And then fourth finger goes to F. Okay, so we'll start off again. And then we'll start off with the outside fingers first, G flat and B flat. And we'll play, and then D flat, B flat. Then we do that again. Outside fingers, D flat, B flat. Now F and B flat, D flat, B flat, and then G flat, B flat, D flat, B flat. So if we put all that together, it's and if you want, you could also just do, you don't have to play these notes together, you could just single notes. There's going to be a lot of spots where you don't have to play notes together the way that I'm doing. You can just play single notes. Okay, so now if I tie part one and part two of intro A together, it's like this. Just an F by itself. Oops, don't fly with that, just F by itself. Okay, and so that's intro A. Okay, so let's talk about intro B. So intro B goes like this. So let's split it up. We're going to talk about right hand first and then left hand. And then intro B is also going to have two parts to it, the first half and the second half. Now, the first half of intro B for the right hand is going to be exactly the same as the first half of intro A. Right hand's just going to do this. Okay, and then for the second half, of intro B. It's going to be almost identical to this, which is what we did for the second half of intro A. Now the difference is that instead of doing this, we're going to do B flat, G flat, F, G flat. So alright, so before for intro A you did. Now we're going to do this. And that'll be it for the right hand. Let's bring in the left hand. We're going to be going through the roots of the chords, right? So for the A flat, we'll do A flat, and then A flat in octaves. A flat, and then A flat, and then E flat, E flat, B flat, B flat. What I do is I do quarter notes, and then I play with the rhythm a little bit, but you can just do quarter notes. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just to keep it simple. I play with the rhythm a little bit. I add a little bit of a bounce to it, but again, that's not necessary. Okay, so now as far as putting it together, let's try that. So this song uses a lot of triplets. So you want to think in triplets or think in threes. And that will make sense as we start bringing right hand and left hand together. So here's the first half of intro B, right? We start with a D flat, and then, remember we're on the A flat chord, so we'll do 3 notes before we switch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we go to the second half of intro B. The second half is going to be E flat minor chord and B flat minor chord. So left hand will go to E flat, and then right hand is going to switch positions. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now B flat. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'll play through it a little slowly for you guys. Pretty much it. The only other thing is that when intro B ends, we're going to end on just a B flat minor chord. Actually, there's one other thing. Now that you have intro A and you have intro B, there's a little 2 notes that connect the 2 intros. And that in the recording, it's one of the coolest parts of the recording actually, is when the bass comes in and it's just these 2 A flats. So I'll show you. I'll play from the beginning. And then together. Okay, and that's it for the intros. Okay guys, so welcome back. Let's now take a look at the arpeggio section. Okay, so first things first. We want to get our left hand set up so that we're still playing the roots in octaves, right? So we start off with A flat minor, so. Now with our right hand, what we're going to do is we're going to play an A flat minor chord. You can use whatever fingers are comfortable for you. I'm using 1, 2, and 4. 1 on A flat, 2 on C flat, and 4th finger on E flat. So what we do is we go A flat, and then C flat, E flat, C flat, A flat. And we do that twice, so because there's two of those, right? Second time. Now for the E flat, the left hand's going to go over to the E flat, play E flat octaves, and the right hand's going to go over to E flat, G flat, and B flat. Right? And we'll do the same pattern. And then we get to the B flat minor. For the B flat minor, left hand goes to B flat octaves, and right hand goes to B flat, D flat, and F. And I'm using the same fingers for each time. So we'll go B flat, B flat, D flat, F, D flat, B flat. Same pattern. Okay. So let's put it together. It's going to be exactly what I just explained one time, then two times. So it'll be like this. Okay, so now the third time is going to be just a tiny bit different. So, and then the change is going to happen here in the second A flat minor chord. We're going to do, and then we're going to hit G flat instead of A flat. So I'll play a little faster for you. And I use my pinky for that. Okay? So now if I put those first three together, it sounds like this. Second time. Third time, here comes the little change where we're going to go to the G flat. Right? Now we go back. And then the fourth time. Hard stop on the B flat minor chord. Okay, that's the first 4 times of the progression. Now we got to complete the cycle. So we're going to go here. And here has that little G flat in it. Here it comes. Right, now go to the E flat minor chord. Second time happens again. Right, an E flat minor chord. Third time happens again. And then continue. And then the fourth time. It doesn't happen. We just play it as normal. But we have that hard stop. And that's it. That's the arpeggio section. Alright, so that brings us to the chorus. The chorus goes something like this. So a couple things about the chorus. Originally I had said that it was a B major chord, which isn't 100% wrong. We're going to be using the same keys. It's an enharmonic chord, meaning that it's the same pitches, same keys, just different names. So instead of B, it's C flat. Instead of D sharp, it's E flat, and instead of F sharp, it's G flat. So there's that. The G flat major chord. Originally, I think I said it was an F sharp minor, which is very wrong. It's an F sharp major, and even then, that's enharmonically correct, but it's actually a G flat major. G flat, B flat, D flat. Okay, the E flat minor, that was fine. I think I had said A flat major, which that's incorrect. It's actually A flat minor, and then the D flat major is fine. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, so here's how it goes. We're going to start off with the C flat major chord, and I start off with my thumb on G flat, my second finger on the B key or the C flat, my fourth finger on E flat, and then my pinky finger on this G flat. And then we'll go one note at a time. E flat, C flat, G flat, and now G flat, C flat, G flat. And then I do it So that was the C flat major chord. Now I go to the G flat major chord. So for this, we're gonna have, I've got my thumb on B flat, second finger on D flat, fourth finger on G flat, pinky on A flat. So I'll go A flat, D flat, B flat, and then G flat, D flat, B flat, and then repeat. Okay, and now we go to the E flat minor chord. So for this, it's almost the exact same position as we had for the C flat major chord. The only difference is that now we're going to be moving our second finger over to the B flat. And then we do almost exactly the same thing. So C, E flat, B flat, G flat, G flat, B flat, G flat, E flat, B flat, G flat, G flat, B flat, G flat. So that's that part. Okay, so now we go to the A flat minor chord. So for the A flat minor chord, what we're going to do is we'll go thumb on A flat, second finger on C flat, fourth finger on E flat, and pinky finger on F. And we'll play F, C flat, A flat, and then E flat, C flat, A flat. So it'll be okay, and then for the D flat major chord, all our right hand is going to do is just play D flat with our third finger, C flat, A flat, and then we'll hold there. So all together. Okay, so now to bring in the left hand. Now, left hand's going to be playing quarter notes, and I'm just going to be following the roots of the chords. Except for when I get to the D flat major chord, it's going to change just a tiny bit. So for here, it'll be quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and G flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. A flat's only twice. 1, 2. And then D flat will be 1, 2, and then A flat, D flat. Okay, so let's put it together. Now remember, we're working with triplets, so we want to think in threes. So just like before, our left hand is going to change octaves and change notes every 3 keys. So get the right hand going, and it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, Here comes the change. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's it. So now to put it together, and you do that twice. And there you go. That's the chorus. Hey guys, welcome back. It's a new day here. So let's pick up where we left off. So the next part of the song is the interlude, right? So something to note is that the interlude is the same thing as intro B. So we already went over that, right? That was the we do that twice. And then that's it. So I'll just refer you guys back to that part of the video. Okay, so the chord section is one of the simpler parts of the whole song. It's just going to be us playing those chords, literally just that. The way that I did it was A flat minor, so A flat octave in the left hand, and then A flat, C flat, E flat. So I do that twice, A flat, then I go to the E flat minor chord, and E flat octave, E flat, G flat, B flat, and then I go to the B flat minor chord, B flat octave, B flat, D flat, F. And we do that twice, so. Once more. And then that's that. Okay, so the next part of the song is the arpeggios. Now, we've already gone over the arpeggios. In this part of the song, they do it twice. It's the... And they use that little variation. So we do it twice. With the variation. Once more. The variation. And then hard stop on the B flat. And then that's it. That's the arpeggio section. So you guys are starting to see now that a lot of this song is just little parts that get repeated at different places in the song. Okay, so now we're at the second interlude. This time we're going to be using intro A, but with the left hand. So for the left hand, it's going to be the same pattern as you used for intro B. And as far as getting it together with the right hand, same timing applies to that too. It's 3 notes per 1 note. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And notice that in my right hand, I'm not going up to this B flat. I'm not playing that pattern because that's for intro B. Intro A is just... So that is the second interlude that uses intro A. And remember to end it with a hard B flat. Okay, so we're back, and now we're going to be doing the break. Alright, so this is definitely going to be one of the more challenging parts of the song. At least as far as the way that I've played it, it took me a while to figure it out, and it took me even longer to figure out how to write down and explain what I was doing. So I'm going to do my best, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'll play this section for you guys really quick, just so you can hear it. So that's the section. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to break it down into left hand, right hand, and then I'll put it together, and then I'll try to show you some visuals to have it make more sense. Okay, so to start off, we're going to be using E flat minor 7, A flat minor 7, D flat major, and B flat minor 7. So you already know what that means. That means that we're going to be playing those octaves, the roots as octaves in our left hand. So E flat, A flat, D flat, and B flat. Now the way that I have it is a little bit different. I'm playing it E flat, E flat, A flat, A flat, and then A flat, A flat, and then D flat, D flat, and then one more D flat, and then B flat, B flat. So that's the left hand. Okay, for the right hand, here's what I'm doing. I'll play it once. So what I'm doing is I start with B flat, and then B flat, E flat, B flat, so that's an octave. And then from there, I go to A flat, C flat, A flat, and I'll play that a few times. And then I go to the D flat major triad, so D flat, F, A flat, and then I go to a B flat minor octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, then I go A flat, G flat. So that's the right hand. Now, as far as putting it together, it would be something like this. Okay, so how did I do that? Well, what we want to do is we want to think in 6. So I think this song might be in 6/8. It might be in 4/4, and they're just doing a lot of triplets. The way I wrote it out, I wrote it in 6/4, and that'll make it a little easier to think about. So I'm going to go ahead and count it as I play it, and that way you can see what my hands are doing at every beat. So I would recommend you guys practice playing this part and count out loud if you can. So here I go. So on beat 1, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then on beat 6, we change chords. Now beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then beat 1, we go to the D flat major chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now beat 6, we change chords again. And then beat 1 comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's how I broke it down. Now I'll play it again a little bit faster so you guys can see how it comes together. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then maybe a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you see, if we can play it really slow and start speeding it up, get comfortable playing it slowly, and then speed it up, and then speed it up, and then speed it up, and then eventually you'll get to. Right, so I just slow it down to be able to make sense of it, but that's what it ends up being. One last thing. So it's pretty usual at this point when the band ends a section, they end it by holding a chord. So for this section, we play 4 times. We'll do all of that 4 times, but on the 4th time, what we're going to do is we'll go through the 4 measures. Here's the first one, second one, third one, and then the 4th one, we just hold the B flat minor 7 chord, and that'll be it. So that's the break. Hopefully that made sense. All right, guys. So the next thing we're talking about is the chorus. So the chorus is the next section. Again, we don't really have to go over this because it's exactly the same as the chorus from before. Etc., etc., etc. So that's the chorus. Okay, guys. So we have reached the end. Crazy. All right. So as far as the outro goes, the outro is just going to be intro B. The only difference is there's this chromatic thing that they do at the very end. song ends. So I'll cover that. Okay, so outro B, we're gonna do these chords twice, that chord progression twice. Here comes the second time. Okay, now when we go to the B flat, left hand's gonna go to the B flat as usual. Right hand's just gonna play a B flat minor chord, so B flat, D flat, F. And then it'll play it again. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide our fingers down one key. Each finger goes down one key, one key, one key. And then it'll do it again. One key, one key, one key over, one key over. And then that'll be it. That's the end. Just. So if I put it all together. And that's it. That's the song. Cool. Well, thank you guys. If you watched all the way through, I really appreciate it, and I'm honored that you guys want to learn the way that I did it. That's it. Thank you so much.